The night before Valentine's Day, Texas Tech came to Stillwater and beat the Cowboys 78-50 in a despondent Big 12 basketball game. The Red Raiders led 62-25 at one juncture. Wednesday night, the Cowboys, no more mortified with talent and manpower than 2 weeks previous, went to Lubbock and took the 11th-ranked Red Raiders into overtime before losing 84-80. Cameron McGriff fired up a three-point shot with 25 seconds left in the game that would have given OSU the lead in overtime. Basketball is a funny game. The Cowboys were non-competitive at Gallagher-Iba Arena. 2 weeks later, with OSU coming off a Tech-style defeat at Kansas State, 85-46, and Tech coming off one of the biggest wins in school history, a 91-62 rout of Kansas that has Tech in position to win the Big 12, the Cowboys scared the Red Raiders with a late barrage from Lindy Waters. Waters made 4 three-pointers in the final 54 seconds of regulation, including a buzzer beater that forged a 71-71 tie in regulation. Just when you think the Cowboys are ready to pack it in on a discouraging season, they rise up and show the gumption needed to thrive in the Big 12. Optimism returns. If the Cowboys can just get a little manpower, perhaps their fortunes will turn next season. With freshman Duncan DeMuth getting only 2 minutes, OSU used a 6-man rotation Wednesday night, until coach Mike Boynton turned to freshman Walken D. Mitchell with about 7 minutes left in the game. The thin Cowboys were getting anemic. Center Yorane fouled out in just 15 minutes of playing time. Waters and Thomas Giagua played with 4 fouls down the stretch. Curtis Jones and Mitchell finished the game with 4 fouls. Tech was playing with a Big 12 title and a likely top 3 NCAA tournament seed on the line. Tech led 47-33 early in the second half. But the Cowboys clawed back in the game. Jones made a three-pointer with 6:26 left to make it 58-52. Waters nailed a 13-foot jumper to make it 58-54 with 5:43 left. Giagua scored on a driving bank shot to make it 58-56 at the 4:49 mark. Suddenly, the Red Raiders and all of West Texas were sweating. The Cowboys got 2 straight stops, then OSU got the ball inside to McGriff, who was double-teamed. He kicked out to Mitchell, a freshman from Jefferson, Texas. Story continued below. Mitchell is a 6'2" guard who last season averaged 20.5 points and 3.0 assists for Jefferson, a high school of about 328 students in far northeast Texas. Jefferson is about 17 miles north of Marshall, which is the last decent-sized town before you get to Shreveport on I-20. When the Cowboy roster became depleted in January, Mitchell answered the call for open tryouts. He had been a regular student. Mitchell made the team and was given a jersey, even if it still doesn't have his name on the back, a dilemma that seems perplexing in the 21st century. The first time Mitchell suited up, that Tech game 2 weeks ago, he played 1 minute. But Mitchell played 9 minutes of mop-up duty in the rout at K-State, and Boynton called on Mitchell in Lubbock. And darned if McGriff didn't throw the ball to Mitchell with a chance to take the lead. Mitchell nailed the three-point shot. OSU had a 59-58 lead. It didn't last, of course. Tech retook the lead, and only Waters' incredible shooting display kept the Cowboys alive past regulation. But what a night for OSU basketball. What a memory for Waters, who had a shooting display to rival what Randy Rutherford did 24 years ago at Allen Fieldhouse, scoring 45 points on the Jayhawks. What a memory for Mitchell, who a month ago was playing pickup basketball at the Colvin Center, and Wednesday night they near took down the 11th-ranked team in America. And what a night for Boynton. It's hard to get too excited about a coach whose recruiting decisions led to this debacle of a season. But man, Boynton can keep a team together. How the Cowboys had a chance to win, I have no idea. How Boynton has kept the Cowboys mentally tough, I have no clue, and I spent all that Feb. 13 game day with Boynton, including sitting through all of his interactions with his team. Boynton's words certainly didn't work that night. That first OSU Tech game this season was among the most lopsided games I've ever seen. But perhaps Boynton's consistency of message is paying off. Perhaps when he tells the Cowboys that better days are ahead, and doesn't deviate from his own actions, the lesson starts being learned. Whatever the case, it made for a memorable night in Lubbock, when a basketball team that had no reason to believe it could win found a reason to believe it could win. That Tech happened to survive does not lessen the story. Related photos: Oklahoma State's D. Mitchell, 31, reacts after scoring on a three-point shot during the second half of the team's NCAA college basketball game against Texas Tech, Wednesday, February 27, 2019, in Lubbock, Texas. AP photo: Brad Tollefson. Barry Trammell, a lifelong Oklahoman, sports fan and newspaper reader, joined the Oklahoman in 1991 and has served as beat writer, assistant sports editor, and columnist. Trammell grew up reading four daily newspapers, the Oklahoman. Read more comments.